Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen, and enjoy my stories every day. The morning sun streamed through the curtains, casting a warm glow over our living room, where I sat at the dining table, brainstorming ideas for Anna's surprise birthday party. It was supposed to be a grand gesture, a celebration filled with laughter, friends, and family. Little did I know, the preparations I was making would lead me down a dark path of betrayal. I glanced at the clock. Time was ticking, and I still needed to finalize the guest list. With a determined sigh, I grabbed Anna's phone from the counter, intending to sift through her contacts for friends and coworkers. I justified this invasion of privacy, telling myself it was all for a good cause. After all, I wanted her to feel loved and cherished on her special day. As I scrolled through her phone, I noticed a message notification from a coworker, Brian. They had been working together for years, and I always thought they shared a platonic friendship. I opened the chat, expecting casual work banter, but my heart dropped as I read the messages. "Can't wait for your birthday. I'll tie you to the damn bed and give you an unforgettable night." I felt like I had been punched in the gut. My hands trembled as I read and reread the words, disbelief washing over me. How could Anna, my wife of 5 years, be planning something so intimate with another man? My mind raced, images of their secret rendezvous flooding my thoughts. I thought I knew her, that we had built a life together based on trust and love. Suddenly, the room felt suffocating. I stood up abruptly, pushing the chair back so hard it nearly toppled over. My heart pounded in my chest, a mix of anger and heartbreak swirling inside me. I couldn't believe I had been so naive, organizing a celebration for a woman who was betraying me right under my nose. "Happy birthday, Anna," I muttered bitterly, my voice laced with sarcasm. I felt the warmth of the sunlight fade as shadows of betrayal enveloped me. I needed to confront her, but I also knew I had to plan my revenge. I closed the chat and took a deep breath, forcing myself to think logically. Anna had crossed a line, and I couldn't let her get away with it. I envisioned her face when I revealed that I knew about her affair, how it would shatter her illusions of deception. The sweet surprise party I had planned would become a night of reckoning. In the following days, I pretended everything was normal. I went through the motions of planning her birthday, even reaching out to her friends and family under the guise of excitement. Each conversation felt like a performance, a mask I wore to hide the fury bubbling inside me. I called her best friend, Melissa, to coordinate the details, all while my mind raced with thoughts of revenge. "You won't believe what I have planned for Anna," I said, forcing a smile. "It's going to be the best birthday ever." On the night of the party, I transformed our home into a vibrant celebration. Balloons hung from the ceiling, fairy lights twinkled, and a beautiful cake sat proudly on the dining table. I waited for her to arrive, my heart pounding with anticipation. Would she come home giddy with excitement, blissfully unaware of the storm brewing? When Anna finally walked through the door, her eyes lit up with surprise, but I saw the flicker of guilt beneath the surface. "Surprise!" I shouted, forcing a smile. Her friends erupted into cheers, and I could feel the tension crackling in the air. "Wow, this is amazing! You really outdid yourself," she exclaimed, wrapping her arms around me, but the warmth of her embrace felt hollow. I could hardly return her affection, the reality of her betrayal looming over me like a dark cloud. As the night wore on, I watched her laugh and chat with friends, and all I could think about was how I would reveal the truth. I needed to wait for the right moment, a moment when everyone was there, when she would be exposed in front of those she loved. Finally, as the party began to wind down, I stood up, my heart racing with a mix of dread and anticipation. "I have a little surprise for you too, Anna," I announced, drawing everyone's attention. Her smile faded slightly as she looked at me, a flicker of anxiety crossing her face. "What is it?" she asked, her voice shaky. I cleared my throat, locking eyes with her. I found a few messages on your phone, messages that show just how much you value our marriage, I said, pulling out my phone and scrolling to the incriminating chat. Gasps echoed around the room as I read aloud the message from Brian. The color drained from Anna's face, and I savored the moment, the realization dawning on her. So, this is how you wanted to celebrate your birthday? I asked, my voice dripping with disdain. The laughter and chatter faded as the truth hung in the air, thick with betrayal. Anna stood frozen, her friends shifting uncomfortably, unsure of what to do. I could feel the weight of my decision settling in, but in that moment, I knew I had to break the silence that had shielded her infidelity for too long. This was just the beginning. I had plans for her, for the life she had ruined, and tonight, she would learn the consequences of her betrayal. The air is thick with tension as the last echoes of shock ripple through the room. Anna's expression shifts from disbelief to a mask of anger as she processes the revelation. Her friends, once cheerful and celebratory, now stand silent, their eyes darting between us, unsure of how to react. Who the hell do you think you are? Anna snaps, her voice rising, slicing through the heavy silence. You had no right to look through my phone. I feel a surge of adrenaline. This is the moment I've been waiting for, the confrontation I've envisioned in my mind countless times. I had every right, Anna. You're the one who decided to betray me. How could you do this? I respond, my voice steady despite the storm brewing inside. She clenches her fists, her nails digging into her palms. You're making a scene. This is supposed to be my birthday. How dare you humiliate me like this? The defiance in her eyes only fuels my resolve. You think I wanted to ruin your birthday? I shout back, my frustration boiling over. You're the one who ruined it by choosing to cheat on me with your coworker. You're the one who decided that this was the way you wanted to celebrate, by planning a night with him. The tension escalates, and her friends begin to shift uncomfortably. Melissa steps forward, her face a mixture of concern and confusion. Anna, maybe we should talk about this. No. This is none of your business. Anna snaps, her voice cutting through the air. She glares at me, and I can see the anger flickering in her eyes, a mix of guilt and defiance. Not my business. I retort. You've made it everyone's business the moment you decided to betray me. You think I'm going to sit back and let you pretend everything is fine? I can see the realization settling over her, she knows she's trapped. The party atmosphere has evaporated, leaving a stark reality in its place. Friends glance at each other, some reaching for their phones, likely unsure whether to call for help or to find a way to defuse the situation. Anna, let's just take a moment, one of her friends, Sarah, says cautiously, trying to ease the rising tension. Maybe we should talk this out privately. No. Anna's voice cracks, and I can sense the panic rising within her. I don't need your help. This is between us. Exactly, I say, taking a step closer, my heart racing. This is between us. And I think you owe me more than just a pathetic excuse for your behavior. Her jaw tightens as she tries to regain her composure, but I can see the cracks forming in her facade. I don't owe you anything, she retorts, though her voice lacks conviction. I shake my head, feeling a mix of anger and pity. You owe me the truth, Anna. You owe me an explanation. This isn't just about a text message, it's about our marriage, our life together. How could you do this to me? The silence stretches between us, thick and suffocating. I can see her struggling, searching for the right words to explain the unexplainable. She begins, but the words falter, and she looks away, unable to meet my gaze. Look at me, I command, my voice firm. You need to own what you've done. You're not just breaking my heart, you're shattering everything we built together. Do you even care? Anna's eyes fill with tears, but her defiance remains. Of course I care. But you wouldn't understand. You never understood me. Then help me understand. I urge, desperate for some insight into her choices. What led you to this? Maybe if you paid more attention to me, I wouldn't have needed someone else, she snaps, her words like daggers. Someone else. Is that what I am to you? Just someone to be tossed aside when things get tough. I can feel the anger boiling again, but I try to keep my voice steady. I did everything for you. I supported your dreams, your career. I loved you. Love isn't enough. You're so consumed by your work and your ambitions that you never saw me, she fires back, her frustration spilling over. I needed excitement, and he gave me that. The admission hits me like a punch to the gut. I can't believe what I'm hearing. So you chose to cheat instead of talking to me. Instead of working through our problems. Maybe I didn't want to talk, she shouts, her voice rising. Maybe I just wanted to feel something different for once. The crowd around us shifts uncomfortably, and I can feel their eyes on us, watching our marriage unravel in real time. I take a deep breath, trying to center myself, but the pain of her words cuts deep. This isn't how it ends, Anna. Not like this. Then how do you want it to end? She challenges, her voice low and dangerous. You think you can just break my life apart because you found a text? You're no better than I am. No, Anna, I'm not going to destroy your life. You did that all on your own, I reply, my voice cold and measured. But I will make sure you understand the consequences of your actions. She steps back, her eyes wide with realization, and I can see the fear creeping in. What do you mean? I lean in closer, my voice dropping to a whisper, you'll see. This isn't just going to blow over. You'll regret this. With that, I turn and walk away from the scene, leaving her standing amidst the remnants of her birthday celebration, surrounded by friends who are now silent witnesses to our destruction. I hear the murmurs behind me, but I don't care. I need to make a plan. I need to make her feel the pain she has inflicted on me. The night is far from over, and I'm just getting started. The door slams behind me, the sound echoing in my ears as I step out into the cool night air. I take a deep breath, trying to shake off the chaos that just unfolded. My mind races, replaying every moment of that confrontation, the shock in Anna's eyes, the way her friends stood frozen like deer in headlights. I need a plan, a way to make her feel the weight of her betrayal. I walk through the neighborhood, the quiet streets illuminated by streetlights. My phone buzzes in my pocket, but I ignore it. I can't face anyone right now, I need to be alone with my thoughts. The anger inside me simmers, boiling beneath the surface, and I know I can't let it fester. As I reach a small park, I take a seat on a bench and pull out my phone. The screen lights up, revealing a slew of messages. Most are from Anna's friends, concerned and unsure about what just happened. I scroll through, but my focus shifts when I see a text from Brian, the coworker who had crossed the line. Hey man, everything okay? Just wanted to check in on you and Anna. My blood boils. How dare he reach out to me after everything? I type out a quick response, my fingers flying over the screen. Everything's fine, Brian. Just had a little surprise party for Anna, and it went spectacularly. I hit send and lean back, watching the stars twinkle above. I know I can't let this go without repercussions. Anna thinks she can have it all, her cake and eat it too, but I'm about to shatter that illusion. I start devising a plan, the gears in my mind turning. I need to gather evidence, something concrete that will expose her deceit to everyone she cares about. I think back to the messages I saw on her phone. If I can find more of that correspondence, I'll have the ammunition I need. The next day, I decide to take a day off work. I need to stay focused. I head to Anna's office, telling myself it's just for the sake of clarity, to find the truth. As I arrive, I'm met with familiar faces, coworkers who greet me with friendly smiles. I play the part of the supportive husband, but inside, I'm burning with a purpose. "Hey! What are you doing here?" one of her coworkers, Lisa, asks, her eyebrows raised in surprise. "Just wanted to surprise Anna with lunch," I reply, forcing a smile. "You know how it is." She nods, but I can see the curiosity in her eyes. I make my way to Anna's office, my heart pounding as I reach for the doorknob. I hesitate for a moment, listening for any sounds inside. I can hear muffled voices, but I can't make out the words. I take a deep breath and push the door open. Anna is sitting at her desk, her eyes widening in surprise. "What are you doing here?" she demands, her voice tight. "Just wanted to check in," I say, my tone casual, though my heart races. "Thought we could grab lunch together." "Now is not a good time," she replies, her eyes darting nervously. I step further inside, trying to gauge her mood. "Why not? You're not too busy for your husband, are you?" She hesitates, her fingers fidgeting with a pen on her desk. "I really can't. I have a meeting in a few minutes." "Is it with Brian?" I ask, my voice lowering. I watch her face change, the color draining slightly as her eyes widen. "Why do you care?" she snaps, but I can hear the tremor in her voice. "I just think it's funny how you can be so busy at work, yet you always seem to have time for him," I counter, my anger simmering just below the surface. "Stop it. This isn't fair," she hisses, glancing around as if worried someone might overhear us. "Fair? You think this is fair?" I reply, my voice rising. "You've been planning your betrayal right under my nose, and you expect me to just sit back and take it?" She stands up, her face flushed with anger. "You need to leave. You're making a scene." "I'll leave when I'm ready," I say, my voice steady. "But not before I find what I need." Before she can respond, I turn and scan the room, my eyes landing on her computer. It's a risk, but I need access. I stride over to her desk, feeling the weight of the moment. "You know, I think it's time I had a look at your emails. Let's see what else you've been hiding." "Don't you dare," she shouts, her voice echoing in the small office. I ignore her, quickly logging into her email account. My heart races as I sift through the messages, looking for anything that can expose her. I can hear Anna pacing behind me, her breathing quickening as she realizes what I'm doing. "Please, stop," she pleads, but I keep scrolling, my eyes scanning for familiar names. Then I find it, a thread between Anna and Brian, filled with flirtation and plans that go far beyond a simple birthday party. "This is it," I whisper to myself, my heart racing. "This is exactly what I need." "Get out!" Anna yells, her voice shrill with panic. "Just a few more minutes, babe," I say, mocking her. I take screenshots of the most damning messages, my heart pounding with each click. "Why are you doing this?" she asks, her voice trembling now. "What do you hope to achieve?" I turn to face her, my expression cold. "I want you to see what you've done. I want you to feel the consequences of your actions. You think you can just walk all over me? Think again." As I finish gathering the evidence, I look back at her, a sense of satisfaction washing over me. "This isn't over, Anna. You'll regret what you've done, and I'll make sure everyone knows the truth." With that, I log out and turn to leave. As I walk out of her office, I feel a surge of triumph. I've taken the first step in my plan for retribution, and I know I won't stop until I've shown her the depth of her betrayal. The next few days pass in a blur as I continue to collect evidence and build my case against Anna. Each conversation with her friends feels like a strategic move, planting seeds of doubt and gathering support for my impending reveal. I'm not just going to expose her, I'm going to shatter her world, piece by piece. And when I finally confront her again, it will be on my terms. The thrill of the plan fuels me, and I can already feel the victory within my grasp. But I know this is just the beginning, the real showdown is yet to come. The day has finally arrived. My heart pounds in my chest as I prepare for the confrontation that will forever alter the course of our lives. I've gathered my evidence, compiled the messages, and reached out to Anna's friends, planting the seeds of doubt and betrayal. They've all agreed to come over tonight for what Anna thinks is a reconciliation meeting, but I know it's the perfect setup for the ultimate reveal. As I set the scene in our living room, candles lit, soft music playing, I can't help but feel a rush of adrenaline. The betrayal has festered long enough, and tonight, it all comes to a head. I take a deep breath, mentally preparing for the storm that's about to unfold. When Anna walks through the door, she's all smiles, blissfully unaware of the storm brewing beneath the surface. "You really went all out, didn't you?" she says, glancing around at the intimate setting. "Just wanted to make sure we could talk without any distractions," I reply, my voice even. "I think it's time we had an honest conversation." "Of course. I'm glad you're finally ready to talk," she beams, but I can see the flicker of doubt in her eyes. The tension is palpable, and I know she senses something is off. As the minutes tick by, Anna's friends begin to arrive, filling the room with chatter and laughter. I watch as she greets each one, her smile unwavering, but inside, I can feel the tension build. They're here to support her, but they have no idea what's coming. Once everyone is settled, I clear my throat and stand up, signaling for attention. "Thank you all for coming tonight. Anna and I wanted to have a candid discussion about our relationship." The room goes silent, and I can see Anna's smile falter slightly. "What's this about?" she asks, her voice suddenly guarded. "Let's just say it's about honesty," I reply, my gaze locking onto hers. "And it starts with the truth about your little friendship with Brian." The gasps around the room are immediate, and Anna's expression shifts from confusion to anger. "What are you talking about?" she demands, crossing her arms defensively. I pull out my phone, scrolling to the messages I had saved. "You know exactly what I mean. These messages," I say, my voice rising. "The ones where you discuss your unforgettable night with Brian? How you've been planning to betray me? I have everything right here." I hold the phone up for everyone to see, the air thick with tension as Anna's face pales. Her friends lean closer, curiosity etched on their faces as they read the damning texts. "Anna, is this true?" Melissa asks, shock in her voice. "No. That's not what it looks like." Anna protests, but I can see the cracks in her facade beginning to splinter. "You don't understand." "I understand perfectly," I snap. "You chose this, Anna. You chose to betray me, to shatter everything we built together, and now it's time everyone knows the truth." Her eyes dart around the room, searching for support, but her friends' expressions are filled with disbelief and disappointment. "How could you do this?" Sarah whispers, shaking her head. "Stop. Just stop." Anna cries out, her voice breaking. "You're humiliating me in front of everyone." "No, Anna, you did that all on your own," I counter, feeling the satisfaction wash over me. "And now you'll face the consequences." "I can explain," she pleads, desperation creeping into her voice. "It was a mistake. I never meant for it to happen." "A mistake?" I scoff, my anger boiling over. "You made a choice. And now I'm making mine. You want to see what betrayal feels like? You're about to find out." With that, I reach into my bag and pull out an envelope filled with copies of all the evidence I've gathered, text messages, screenshots, even a few emails. "I've made copies for everyone," I say, watching the realization wash over her friends' faces as they begin to understand the depth of her betrayal. "Why are you doing this?" Anna asks, her voice trembling now. You're going to ruin my life. No, Anna, I reply, my voice cold and unwavering. You already did that. But I'm going to make sure you understand the pain you've caused me. As I hand out the envelopes, Anna's friends glance at each other, their expressions shifting from shock to sympathy for me. I can't believe this, Melissa whispers, her voice barely audible. Neither can I say, my eyes locked onto Anna. But you wanted excitement, remember? You wanted to feel something different. Well, congratulations. You got it. But now, you'll face the fallout. With the room's tension palpable, Anna's anger reaches a boiling point. You think you can just destroy my life and walk away? You're nothing but a coward, she shouts, tears streaming down her face. Coward? No, Anna. I'm the one standing here, exposing the truth. You're the one hiding behind lies, I retort, my heart racing with adrenaline. Suddenly, the doorbell rings, and I can see Anna's heart drop. Who else is coming? She asks, panic rising in her voice. Just a few more friends, I reply with a smirk. You'll want them here for what's about to happen. I walk over to the door and open it, revealing Brian standing there, a smirk plastered across his face. Hey! I thought I'd drop by to surprise Anna, he says, but his expression changes when he sees the tension in the room. Perfect timing, I say, stepping aside. Come on in, Brian. We were just discussing how you've been having a wonderful time with my wife. The room falls silent as Brian's expression shifts from confusion to realization. What? What's going on? He stammers, looking between me and Anna. I think it's time you all had a little chat, I say, enjoying the moment. Let's see how Anna explains herself to you, Brian. As Anna's face turns crimson with embarrassment and anger, I step back, allowing the chaos to unfold. Friends whisper to each other, shock and disbelief evident on their faces. Brian stares at Anna, his smirk fading. Is this true? She stammers, the weight of the moment crashing down on her. I can explain. But I know it's too late. The truth is out, and there's no way to sugarcoat her betrayal. As the confrontation escalates, I can see Anna's world unraveling around her. Friends start to back away, their loyalties shifting, and I watch as the realization of her isolation sinks in. This is what you wanted, isn't it? To feel alive? I ask, my voice dripping with satisfaction. Well, now you're alone. No one left to support your lies. Anna's tears fall freely now, her anger fading into desperation. Please, don't do this. I'm sorry, she cries, but her words fall on deaf ears. Brian shakes his head in disbelief, stepping back. I can't believe you would do this to me, Anna. I thought we had something special. You were just a game to her, Brian. I snap, my voice firm. Just like she was a game to you. As the weight of her betrayal crushes her, Anna looks around the room, searching for sympathy, but finds none. Her friends turn away, unable to face her, and I can feel the finality of the moment. I can't believe this is how it ends, she whispers, her voice filled with despair. It's how it had to end, I reply coldly. You made your choices, and now you'll live with the consequences. As I step back, I watch Anna crumble, the reality of her actions weighing heavy on her shoulders. She turns to me one last time, her eyes filled with rage and regret. You'll pay for this. I'll make sure you regret what you did. But I shake my head, my heart hardened. No, Anna. You've already paid. You lost me the moment you chose betrayal. With that, I turn and walk out of the house, leaving Anna behind in the wreckage of her own making. As I step out into the cool night air, I feel a strange sense of relief wash over me. The chains of her deceit have finally been broken, and I know I've taken the first step toward healing. The path ahead is uncertain, But one thing is clear: I am free from the shadows of betrayal, and I will not look back. I take a deep breath, ready to embrace whatever comes next, knowing that I have reclaimed my life. Anna's deception has been revealed, and now, we part forever.